Hello, everyone. Good evening and welcome to a new session. I hope all of you are doing just great. So, K-SET exam is just around the corner, right? Karnataka SET exam. It will be held on 2nd of November. Just a few more days left. It's already 31st of October. So, I know all of you are really well prepared. Yes, I know all of you have prepared well. All of you have studied really hard for this exam. So let's revise a bit more today. Yes, are you all ready for the revision? So welcome. Good evening and welcome to this session. Hello, hi. Yes. So if you are watching this video right now, then please do share. And if you are liking these sessions, please do like it. Yes. If you're enjoying these sessions, if you're enjoying answering these questions, please do like this session. Okay? Yes. Have you all liked the session? Yes. Thank you so much. Great. So welcome to session number 8 of Karnataka SET. This is our session number 8 of Karnataka SET. Are you all ready? Yes. Are you all ready? Great. So let's move on to the first question for tonight. Saved is a play by Dash, which premiered at the Royal Court Theatre, London, in November 1965. The play itself is set in London during the 1960s, and its subject is the cultural poverty and frustration of a generation of young people on the dole and living on council estates. So, who wrote this play, Saved? Who wrote this play, Saved? Tell me. Who wrote this play, Saved? Tell me fast. Yes, good evening, good evening. Very good. Yes. Yes, it is important for net as well. Those who are asking if these things are important for net as well, yes. Net, any set exam, any PSC exam, any entrance exam, or GATE exam, or CUET PG exam, because more or less the syllabus is same for all of these exams, right? So these sessions are important for you all, irrespective of the exam you are going to appear for. And the more sessions you do here, the more accustomed you will get with all these writers, their major works, concepts, chronology. All right? Yes, very good. So, Saved is a play by Edward Bond. Saved is a play by Edward Bond. Edward Bond is very famous for the depiction of violence in his plays. The depiction of violence in his plays. So, to talk about Edward Bond, the element of violence is very important in his plays. Saved is a play by Edward Bond. And it's also a reminder for you all to look up playwrights like Tom Stoppard, okay? Tom Stoppard, Arnold Wesker, John Osborne, Harold Pinter, Samuel Beckett, okay? Please look up all of these playwrights, right? Okay. Next. He is more myself than I am. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. Who wrote it and also in which work. He is more myself than I am. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. Who wrote it and in which work? Tell me. Yes, correct. Emily Bronte wrote it in Wuthering Heights. Emily Bronte wrote it in Wuthering Heights. Wuthering Heights is the only novel of Emily Bronte, published in 1847 under the pseudonym of Elise Bell. Elise Bell. Emily Bronte also wrote Gondole poems. Gondole poems. Quotes from Wuthering Heights, Jane Eyre, okay, will be very important. Quotes from these novels will be very important. Jane Eyre, Wuthering Heights, quotes from the novels of Dickens, novels of George Eliot, quotes from the novels of Thackeray. The Victorian novelists overall are very important. All the Victorian novelists. All right? And also the writers and scholars of the Victorian period like Thomas Carlyle, John Ruskin, Matthew Arnold, Lytton Strachey, all of them are also important. Okay? Right. Next. Who is associated with schizoanalysis? Again, schizoanalysis is a theoretical concept of postmodernism. Postmodernism. Schizoanalysis. Who talked about schizoanalysis? After this live session, please revise all the major theoretical concepts of postmodernism, be it rhizome or desiring machine, schizoanalysis. So now you can guess, right? Yes. Who talked about schizoanalysis? Obviously, Deleuze and Guattari. Deleuze and Guattari talked about schizoanalysis. They are very important theorists of postmodernism. Postmodernism. Okay? After this live session, please do revise all the major theoretical concepts. Read about Cora, abjection, schizoanalysis, rhizomes, the concept of the plateau, desiring machines. Yes, abjection of Julia Kristeva. Then Cora, écriture féminine of Helen Cizou. Écriture féminine of Helen Cizou. Okay? Bricolage of Claude Lévi-Strauss. Bricolage of Claude Lévi-Strauss. Intertextuality of Julia Kristeva. Aporia of Derrida. All these are very important concepts. All right? Panopticon, the idea of the panopticon. Right? Roman Jakobson was a member of which groups? Because he was associated with multiple groups, not just one. So Roman Jakobson was a member of which groups? He was associated with which groups? Tell me. Roman Jakobson was a member of Moscow and Prague linguistic circles. Moscow and Prague linguistic circles. All right. Roman Jakobson was a member of Moscow and Prague linguistic circles. Moscow and Prague linguistic circles. It's a reminder for you all to read about other schools of criticism, like Chicago School of Criticism, Yale School of Criticism. Okay. Yes, Russian formalism is obviously very important. New criticism, practical criticism. All right. Yes. So it's a reminder for you all that our CUET PG English course is going on right now. If you want to join this course, you can join us. All right. And there's this number on the screen where you can contact us if you have further queries about our CUET PG course. Right. Have you all liked the session? Please do like the session. All right. Yes. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Inquiry concerning political justice and its influence on morals and happiness is a 1793 book by the philosopher Dash, in which the author outlines his political philosophy. Who wrote Inquiry Concerning Political Justice? It was published in 1793. It was published in 1793. Who wrote this book, Inquiry Concerning Political Justice? And don't forget to look up other important philosophers, especially Rousseau, Kant, Schlegel, Schleiermacher. Yes, don't forget to look up other philosophers. Also important will be David Hume, John Locke, right? Yes. So, Enquiry Concerning Political Justice is a work by William Godwin. William Godwin. William Godwin also wrote Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams. He also wrote the biography of Mary Wollstonecraft. Mary Wollstonecraft. Mary Wollstonecraft had written A Vindication of the Rights of Woman. A Vindication of the Rights of Woman. I think she'd also written a travelogue, right? Mary Wollstonecraft had also written a travelogue. I think so. If you know the name of the travelogue, you can let me know in the comments. All right? Yes. Very good. Touchstone, a goldsmith, is a character in which play? Touchstone, a goldsmith, is a character in which play? Here, don't get confused with Touchstone the Fool. Touchstone the Fool was in Shakespeare's As You Like It. Touchstone the Fool was in Shakespeare's pastoral romantic comedy As You Like It. Right? But this Touchstone is different. He's a goldsmith. Now tell me, Touchstone, a goldsmith, is a character from which play? Eastward Ho by Ben Jonson. Eastward Ho by Ben Jonson. Tell me which work by Thomas Lodge inspired Shakespeare's As You Like It? Which work by Thomas Lodge inspired Shakespeare's As You Like It? Thomas Lodge's prose romance, Rosalind. Rosalind. Thomas Lodge was a university wit. He was one of the university wits. They were the contemporaries of Shakespeare. And Thomas Lodge is also popular for responding to Stephen Gosson's The School of Abuse. Stephen Gosson's The School of Abuse. It was dedicated to Sydney. And Sydney had written in response what? An apology for poetry. An apology for poetry. It was the work. It was the work which had inaugurated Renaissance poetics. Renaissance poetics. Right? Who wrote The Art of English Poesy? Who wrote The Art of English Poesy? George Putenham. George Putenham. All right? Yes. Memoirs of an Infantry Officer is a novel by Dash. first published in 1930. It is a fictionalized account of the author's own life during and immediately after World War One. Soon after its release, it was heralded as a classic. Who wrote this novel? Memoirs of an Infantry Officer. Obviously, it's about World War One. This author actually put down his first-hand experiences in the trenches of the World War One. And for your clue, he was one of the war poets. He was he was one of the war poets during World War One. Do you all remember the names of the war poets? So you can guess. So you can guess. It is by Siegfried Sassoon. Siegfried Sassoon. Yes, got it. Who were the other war poets? Wilfred Owen, Robert Graves, Siegfried Sassoon, right? Very good. War poets of World War One. This play is based on the two lovers, Mirabell and Millamant. So it is obviously The Way of the World by Congreve. And in order for them to marry and receive Millamant's full dowry, Mirabell must receive the blessing of Millamant's aunt, Lady Wishfort. Unfortunately, Lady Wishfort is a very bitter lady who despises Mirabell and wants her own nephew, Dash, to wed Millamant. So, who was the nephew of Lady Wishfort with whom she wanted Millamant to get married? Who was the nephew of Lady Wishfort in Congreve's The Way of the World, with whom Lady Wishfort wanted Millamant to get married? Nephew of Lady Wishfort. Who was he? It was Sir Wilful. Sir Wilful. Sir Wilful. Sir Wilful was the nephew of Lady Wishfort, and with him he wanted Millamant to get married in the Restoration comedy The Way of the World by Congreve. It was first performed in 1700. First performed in 1700. Okay, very good. Who wrote The Country Wife? Who wrote The Country Wife? The Country Wife is by Shirley, right? Yes, it is by Shirley. Very good. Discourse on Colonialism is an essay by Aimé Césaire, a poet and politician from Martinique who helped found the Negritude movement in Francophone literature. Césaire first published this essay in Dash. So Aimé Césaire was one of the founding fathers of the Negritude movement. And his essay, Discourse on Colonialism, was first published in which year? First of all, it's a reminder for you all to look up and read about and revise about all the major movements in literature. Negritude movement, Harlem Renaissance, Beat Generation. Okay, please revise all the literary movements, be it Expressionism or Cubism and all that, right? So, Aimé Césaire was one of the founding fathers of the Negritude movement, right? And his essay, Discourse on Colonialism, was first published in 1950. 1950. All right. His essay, Discourse on Colonialism, was first published in 1950. Okay. Next. The term gender performativity was first coined by whom? Very easy. Very easy. The term gender performativity was first coined by? The term gender performativity was first coined by whom? Judith Butler in Gender Trouble. Judith Butler in Gender Trouble. Judith Butler is a major theorist of gender studies. All right, and along with Judith Butler, it's very important for you all to revise other theorists like Julia Kristeva, Elaine Showalter, Betty Friedan, Simone de Beauvoir, Bell Hooks. Then who wrote The Mad Woman in the Attic? Gilbert and Gubar. Remember? The Mad Woman in the Attic by Gilbert and Gubar. Yes? And the term gender performativity was first coined by Judith Butler in Gender Trouble. Judith Butler also wrote books like Undoing Gender, Bodies That Matter. So, Gender Trouble, Undoing Gender, Bodies That Matter, all these are very important works by Judith Butler. All right. Okay, next. Tamburlaine the Great is a play in two parts by Dash. It is loosely based on the life of the Central Asian Emperor Timur. So, who wrote this tragedy? Tamburlaine the Great. Tamburlaine the Great is a tragedy by, obviously, the university wit, the great tragedian. He wrote plays in blank verse, and it was called as Marlowe's Mighty Line by Ben Jonson. Marlowe's Mighty Line by Ben Jonson. Marlowe wrote many tragedies like Tamburlaine the Great, The Jew of Malta, Dr. Faustus, right? All of his tragedies are very important. I hope all of you have gone through the summaries of these tragedies. Yes? Right. Very good. With biopower, dash refers to power over bios, means life. Biopower means power over populations. Biopower primarily rests on norms which are internalized by people rather than external force. It encourages, strengthens, controls, observes, optimizes, and organizes the forces below it. This scholar described biopower as separate from disciplinary power, but at other times he has described disciplinary power as an expression of biopower. Like, think about the use of masks. There's instructions were clearly given by the government to maintain social distancing, to not go out too much, right? Only if it's needed, to wear masks, to wash everything properly after they are brought from the outside, to use these sanitizers, right? So, all these were sort of, you can call them disciplinary power, and also all those instructions were an expression of biopower. They were somehow controlling our life during COVID-19. Those were means of controlling the lives of the populations. So disciplinary power is also an expression of biopower. Biopower can use the disciplinary techniques, but in contrast to disciplinary power, its target is populations rather than individuals. So it's very easy. Who talked about biopower? Tell me. Who talked about biopower? Obviously, it is Foucault. Foucault talked about biopower. Foucault talked about biopower. Very good. Louise Rosenblatt was associated with what? Archetypal criticism, reader response criticism, new criticism, or new historicism. Louise Rosenblatt was associated with what? Yes, it is. Reader response criticism. Reader response criticism. Louise Rosenblatt. Okay, are you all following? Yes. The rhetoric of English India, which examines the complex and often contradictory relationship between English and Indian cultures during the British colonial era and its aftermath, is a book by Dash. So, who wrote this book, The Rhetoric of English India, which examines the complex and often contradictory relationship between English and Indian cultures during the British colonial era and its aftermath? Who wrote this book, The Rhetoric of English India? Tell me. Yes, it is by Sarah Suleri. It is by Sarah Suleri. Okay. Sarah Suleri wrote The Rhetoric of English India. The Rhetoric of English India. Very good. Very good. So that's all from our side for tonight. I really hope you guys loved the session and enjoyed answering these questions. And you can join our CVT PG English course as well. And before I leave you all the very, very, very best to all of you who will appear for KSET exam on 2nd of November. All the best wishes from the entire team of Vallath. I know all of you will do really well. Stay calm, stay hydrated. Take everything that you need for the exam. Okay? Don't forget the admit card. Okay? The government ID proof, a water bottle. Don't forget anything. All right? So don't forget all the essentials that you need for the exam. Stay calm. You all have studied so much. You will remember everything. And if one or two questions are a bit difficult, don't worry about that. Don't overthink about those questions during the exam. Answer all those questions which you can answer very confidently. First answer those questions, then you will have time to come back to those questions which you're not so confident about. All right, I know the exam will go really well for all of you. All of you have been revising so much with us. So don't worry at all. All the very best. Keep calm and stay hydrated. Keep healthy. Right? All right. So good night. Take care of yourselves. Do revise a bit more before the exam if you can. Take proper rest. Eat healthy. Okay? And all the very, very best again. All the very best to all of you. Bye. Take care. Good night. And I will see you all again exactly on Monday, right at 9 p.m. at our Vallath